here with Gypsyfae Creations. Thanks so much for tuning in, back with another fandom soap, and not just any fandom soap, but number 3 in the Hogwarts House inspired Harry Potter soaps. Slytherin is up next, so we're going to be making a couple loads of Slytherin to join alongside the Hufflepuff and Gryffindor soaps that I've done already. I have my oils here that are all melted down and left at room temperature. There's also some coconut milk powder in here and some kaolin clay, and then I'm going to pour in my lye solution, which is distilled water, sodium hydroxide lye, and sodium lactate, which is a salt that will help harden my bars and kind of make them easier to release from the mold. So I'm going to go ahead and pour these in, give this a whirl, make sure everything is mixed up, and then we'll split the colors into their Slytherin shades, I suppose. So next part, I'm going to split these up into the colors that I've picked out here. I have some pewter silver by Brambleberry into this container. I've got some titanium dioxide dispersed in water into this little guy. I liked adding the white to the Hufflepuff. I wanted to do that with the Slytherin as well. Do a little bit of contrast and add a little bit of light to this design. And then for the green, I've mixed together 2 Nurture soap colors. I've got Celadon green and Alpine green. And I've mixed equal parts of those together to go into the big batter. So start off by pouring in a majority of it into this pewter silver color, and then a tiny little bit into this white, and then into the big bucket we're going to have all that green is going to go in here. I might add a little bit more to that silver in there, just a tad. And then pour in all of my green. And I've dispersed all of these micas into some of the oils. I've had a lot of trouble with fragrances accelerating on me a lot lately and not being able to get to the designs that I want. So I'm just testing this out. I don't know if this is another step that I'm going to stick to if I can, but dispersing the colors into oils and then adding them to your batter seems to be like the right thing to do. Not saying you can't do it the other way. I've done that way for years and years, but this seems to make things a little bit easier. So I'm going to go ahead and mix each one of these up, starting with the white color and then probably the green and then the silver. They're both kind of dark. Maybe I'll do the silver and the green. It doesn't really matter. Let's just mix these all in. Next up, I have poured in my fragrance, and I'm using a Mystical Woods fragrance. When I'm coming up with these designs, I like going on Instagram and asking everyone what a particular Hogwarts house would smell like. So when I put the question up of what Slytherin would smell like, I got a lot of different answers. I'm going to read them all off now. I've got green plants, earth, water, Irish Springs, forest, woodsy, citrus, musk, green grass, musky, cologne, caves, mint, peppermint, evergreen, trees, smoke. Where's my, oh, there it is. It's hiding from me. Evergreen trees, did I say that already? Smoke, fir, grass, spice, black pepper, patchouli, amber, teakwood, sandalwood. Oh my gosh, there were just so many different fragrances. It just sounded like something that should have been very dark and woodsy in my opinion, because musk, woodsy, forest, trees, and grass were very prominent answers. I got a lot of repeat of those. So mixed in that fragrance, scrape down the sides, and then I'm going to go get my molds and we'll start pouring. So the notes that are in that fragrance, it is fragrant grains of sandalwood with royal honey and golden amber. Enchanting notes of deep patchouli and sparkling bergamot lie in the heart of these precious woods. I think it's a very spicy, very green scent. The patchouli is not very strong in there, and mystical woods and those scents really reminded me of the Forbidden Forest, so that's why I went with that. I'm going to attempt a drop swirl on this. I do have a chopstick ready in case I need to swirl, but if this behaves well enough, I'm going to keep this one at a drop swirl. See if I can get this white to behave. That's good. Not bad. Let me get my spatula over here and do this side. Kind of thick, but I'm going to pour from up high and hope that it makes the design that I want. And then we'll finish off with the gray. So yeah, if you're not fans of patchouli, it's not very prominent. I like the smell a lot. It just smells very much like woods. Like, I don't know, green. That's all I get out of that, really. It's just a very green, spicy scent. I like it a lot, though. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and pour in the rest of my green, and then we'll get the icing together. And I'll scrape out my bowls. I'm really liking these colors a lot. I couldn't decide on the correct color that I was going for. I was like, do I want bright green? Do I want dark green? So I went with a in-between green. Alright, so let me go ahead and scrape these out, and I'll bring you guys back for the... Oh, hey, Tira, you gotta make a mess. I make magical messes, though, if you guys didn't know. Because they still turn into soap every time. Just not as therapeutic as you're probably used to. Alright, let me get that icing together. Alright, let's put our top on here and talk a little bit about Slytherin. Traits of a Slytherin are proud, cunning, and ambitious. Totally opposite of Gryffindor. They work hard. Not saying Gryffindor doesn't work hard, I'm just saying like Slytherin is portrayed as the total opposite of Gryffindor, period. But they work hard and they're all about achievement and achievement of greatness, really. That's what they want. Being impressive and superior and just being the best of all wizards. They are the strategists, and they are very just cunning, and I don't know, they're impressive, right? They are just impressive in their powers. They are driven, and they will achieve their goal no matter what the cost. This can also lead to arrogance and selfishness. But their drive to win and their determination and resourcefulness is what makes a Slytherin great. What else? Their colors, obviously, are green and silver. And when you think of green, you think of money or currency. The value of their status and their wealth. And just being born with a silver spoon and being green with envy. So typically they're green with envy in the movie towards Gryffindor. The silver is also like second to gold, and the colors of Gryffindor are gold and red. So you can see how second's always like second in place after Gryffindor compared to if you were to win a gold medal. Their animal is a snake, and I feel like there are a lot of snake characters and snake themes depicted in the books, and they're always surrounded by like violence and darkness, and they're just evil. You think of snakes and you think of evil, and that's where kind of Slytherin gets their MO. I don't know, I think snakes, they can also be good. I mean, they shed their skin, right? So therefore rebirth, and the characters can change their skin. They all have a little bit of dark in them, but they're also capable of light and just having a change of heart. So I think not all Slytherins in the end are bad, and you see a lot of characters in the movies and books that change from being a bad guy to actually secretly being a big softie, right? Alright, so to finish this top off, I want to put on my gumballs. So I have these green gumballs that are also on the inside of the soap. The color is on the inside of the soap. And then I'm going to put some melt and pour drizzle on here, just like I did with the other ones. And I think I'm going to do that in the silver and keep with the silver and green colors. If you guys are watching this right now, that means there is a soap release today. And this one is in the shop. So this is the final soap being made for the June release. So if you want to get your hands on one of these, unless you're a snake, you don't have any, you can head over to the Etsy shop. And I'm going to go ahead and get my melt and pour together. So it needed a little bit of glitter, right? I have this lapis cosmetic glitter. This is from Soapbox Micas. And it just creates this like really pretty sheen. It looks like white, but you can't really see on the camera. It just has all these pretty colors in it. So I'm going to sprinkle that on here, and then I'm going to spray it with the rubbing alcohol because it is a little clumpy. And I feel like if you give it a little spray with the rubbing alcohol, it really thins it out and it just spreads a little bit more. So, and it's just like a little magical dusting of glitter and just a little magical sheen. So let's spray it with the rubbing alcohol. Evens it all out. I'll have to bring you down for a close-up so you guys can see that a little better. And then I have that pewter silver mica in some clear melt and pour. And I'm just going to drizzle some of that on the top here. Make sure every bar gets some. And then I'll let this sit for 24 hours. And I'll come back and we'll cut it and see what the inside looks like. I'm thinking for the next one, Ravenclaw, the final one, I'm going to be doing a in the pot swirl. So I've done, it'll be 4 different methods for these soaps. So I did layers, I've done a chopstick swirl, I've done a drop swirl, and then Ravenclaw, you will be a in the pot swirl. Okay, so let's see what the Slytherin soap looks like. Let me remind myself to cut off a little end piece here. And see what a drop swirl looks like, not on that piece. Alright. Been a while since I think I did a drop swirl design, so I like it. I really like those colors too. I think I want to go a little darker, but it is a nice color to keep in my repertoire if I ever want to do that minty looking green or sage looking green. That'd make a pretty like sage soap. So yeah, the next step is to go ahead and take my Slytherin stamp, which I got from Rockin' Robert's Design. That's what it looks like. And I'll dip that in some mica and stamp on the Slytherin design on there. You can find that shop on Etsy if you're interested in buying any stamps for your soap. He made them initially for fondant, but I showed him the possibilities of using them on soap. And now he is also marketing them as soap stamps. So I thought that was really cool. And this is available in the shop, you guys, so don't forget. Any of the soaps you've seen me make so far since May 24th, I believe, those are all available in the Etsy shop. So like the turtle soap is in there. The rose gold cupcakes are in there. The red, white, and blue soap, the lavender and chamomile soap, the Game of Thrones werewood, the gumball machine, lots of soaps in there, so go check them out. Next month will be the final Hogwarts House inspired soap. That will be Ravenclaw, so you guys can see all 4 of them in the shop soon. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you all enjoyed this video. If you did, please give me a thumbs up. Really appreciate that. If you're new to the channel, why not subscribe? Any questions or comments, please, 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 you guys. I love chatting with you all. I appreciate the support, but leave me a comment in the comment section down below. And until next time, I hope you have a very nice day, and I'll smell you later.